the goal is not to stop fearing death. You know, we have a
Yeah.
movement called death positive, and death positive means not like, I'm so ready to die. Death is amazing. I love it. No, it's saying it's important to have these conversations. It's important to, like with money, engage in difficult, complicated conversations. So for me, I think the hardest part, there's a thing I found in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology years ago that I still use, which is, I think it's the top 7 reasons people fear death.
Mm.
And it will be painful physically. I want to know what they're doing with my body. It makes me freaked out to what's happening to my body after I die. I don't know if I'm going to heaven or hell, or that there's nothing, a void. I don't want my children to be left behind. I don't want to stop having experiences. And then mine, which is number 2, which is all my plans and projects will come to
Ooh,
an
yeah.
end. And so what was always very ironic for me is that my my obsessive desire to help people accept death was my barrier to accepting death.
Wow.
But it's important to know what your number is so you can address just that number, and it's not just this monolithic terror of death. So for me, I have to say, and this sounds very, I don't know, braggy, but having multiple books out now that are bestsellers, and having
Yes.
all of these videos out, and
Yes.
having all of these resources, and just like hundreds and hundreds, you could watch me for months and not go through all of the content that I have now made, or podcasts I've been on. So I feel like there is a solid body of work out there that expresses what I am trying to express. And knowing that that's there, it's not like, take me, Jesus, I'm ready to die. But I do feel there is a comfort there now.
I definitely, aside from the really petty one, which is that I don't want to die looking messy. Like, I don't want to die with like a really ugly
Yeah,
outfit
what's
on or
yours?
something.
What's your number?
You know what's so funny is I have totally the exact same thing. Will helps. Like, a will helps for
Mhm.
sure. Life insurance helps for
Yes.
sure. But I will say it's like kind of morbid, but all that, like, anytime I take a plane, anytime I'm in a situation that's like potentially, risky, and a plane's like actually the least one.
Yeah.
Driving in LA
Hard
is
to
way
know.
worse.
Yeah.
But anytime I'm in that kind of situation, I always say, like, out loud to myself, I'm like, if something happens, I lived exactly the life I wanted to live. I was the person I wanted to be, and I got more than so many people on this planet ever get to experience. I'm lucky. And that really helps me feel better about it,
That's a fantastic mantra. I love that.
I love it. And it's
Mhm.
like, it really helps. Now, I will say though that it does not help. And to be fair, like, not everyone has the ability to like publish a book or do the things
Mhm.
that might give them that capstone.
Well, but also it's probably completely different.
Totally.
And if you're a number 2, you mentioned the book. For most people, it's not going to be publish a book. And that's why it's important to dig deep into your own narrative about why you fear death and exactly why, because your plans and projects probably look nothing like mine.
Totally.
They may look like, I need to start this nonprofit and
Yes.
fund it, or I need to build this well, or I need to start this business, or any number of things that your plans and projects, build a house, whatever it is.
Right.
Ernest Becker is one of my main influences, and he wrote a book called The Denial of Death.
Mm.
And his theory is that all of the progress and all of the things, and the fact that people build buildings and have children and create art, is because of this underlying fear of death. And we build these things to outlive us and outlast us, our hero projects, because we ultimately have this fear of death that underlines everything we do and kind of weighs on us. And I think that the more you are aware of that, the more self-aware a human you are.